Yeah.
How many more? I believe this is your last one, right?
I believe so. It's Caleb, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Cool. We're gonna
Yes,
have a good
sir.
fight. Will you double check? One of you guys just make sure the lap belt is really good and tight.
Okay. We're good.
Good. Okay. All right. Caleb, let's talk a little bit about controls. We can go and shut the canopy. It's kind of chilly. So Caleb, when you shut the canopy, that white knob to your upper right, push that guy forward. You might just do a little snap, tap it kind of thing. Just there you go. Keep going. Keep going. There you go. Perfect. All right. So once that's shut, I'll give you the rundown. So, do you have any interest in? Do you want to try to fly the airplane when we're in the air?
Yes, sir.
All right. So if you pull the stick back, that pitches the nose up. Push the stick forward, that pitches the nose forward. So that's your pitch axis. Right and left is your roll axis. This rolls to the right. This rolls to the left. That's your roll axis. Your yaw axis is your feet pedals. Can you feel the pedals?
Yes.
Okay, so pushing on the right pedal would yaw the plane to the right. Put a nail down in the airplane so it can pivot right in the middle of the wing, and yaw would be twisting to the right. Okay, this would be yawing to the left. The yellow knob, if you'd like to, you can put your feet low if you want and just rest them on the pedals. You're welcome to do that. You don't have to keep them pulled back. It's probably more comfortable just to let your legs rest down low. Can you reach the pedals?
My shoes don't go in.
Oh, okay. They're kind of a real small little loop on those things.
Oh.
Your toes kind of go up inside this loop if you can get them in there.
Uh-huh.
You see it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you feel that? Me moving
Yeah.
the pedals? Are your feet actually on the pedals?
No.
Your heel.
Well,
Go ahead and push them down to where your heels are in front, or unless your feet won't fit. There you go. Perfect. Now you can feel what we're doing. You don't have to worry about anything. Just don't fight me for controls.
Uh-huh.
Okay. The yellow knob right here. That's how we release from the tow plane. And once we're up at altitude, I'll tell you, Caleb, go ahead and pull the release, and you'll just go pull that guy real quick, and it'll pop the tow plane loose.
Okay.
Just don't touch it until we're ready to release at altitude.
Okay.
This is our spoiler handle. This, if you look at the top of the wing, see those flaps come out? They're called spoilers. They spoil part of the lift. And so I'm recapping what we talked about before. We use that kind of like a throttle. When we come into land, if we pull these out, it allows us to descend quicker. If I close them, it flattens our glide. So it's kind of like if I have them halfway open is where you want them. And if we're a little too high, I open them a little further. It's like pulling throttle back. If we're a little too low, I push them forward. It's like pushing throttle in. Kind of works that way.
Okay.
Do you know how to read the altimeter? It's the bottom right round instrument lizard clock. What's that say right now?
How
many feet?
2.
It says 4,200. So that little fat one is thousands. The long one on 2 is hundreds. And the little, you don't actually have the little one. There's a little tiny one that barely is sticking up. Yeah, that's tens of thousands. So all you're really concerned with is the thousands and the hundreds. So that's 4,200 feet above sea level. So if there was a cliff right here and we were on the edge of it and the ocean was down there, it'd be 4,200 feet down.
Oh.
And so for takeoff, I'll just have you cross your arms and hold onto your straps. And once we're off the ground and maybe after the first turn, if you'd like to kind of rest your fingers on the controls, you can, and see how I'm doing it. I gave Natalie a thumbs up, and that tells her to raise the wing. And that tells the tow plane, the raised wing tells him to take the slack out of the rope. Is your GoPro on?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool deal. You'll notice it's probably a little bit bumpy until we get up about 1,500 feet, and then it just gets really smooth. So as soon as the slack is out of the rope, I'm going to give the tow plane a rudder wag. He does the same thing back, and that tells him we're ready to go. Here we go. So we're just going to hang out back here behind the tow plane. That rope doesn't do anything to keep me in position, so I have to fly like I'm flying formation. If you'd like to kind of lightly rest your right hand on the stick, you can feel what I'm doing to control the glider. Kind of cool to see the tow plane just sitting out there in front of us, isn't it?
Uh-huh. Oh my gosh, the tow strip is so little now.
Yep, we're already 1,000 feet, almost, we're 1,100 feet above the ground right now. What I think is really cool is look out to the clouds to our right. Here pretty soon you'll be able to see on top of them.
Oh God.
How you feeling? Good?
Great.
Awesome. So once we get up and we release from tow, it'll be up to you. We can either fly really, really smooth and gentle and just kind of do a little sightseeing around, or we can do some real gentle maneuvers, maybe like a wing over, a stall, zero gravity, those kinds of things if you want to. It's totally up to you.
All of those sound great.
All right. My kind of man. You'll like it. Notice how it just got suddenly smoother.
Uh-huh. And we can see on top of the clouds.
And you can see on top of the clouds. Isn't that neat?
Uh-huh.
It's not every day you get to see on top of the clouds.
Nope. Not even really in an airplane.
Yeah, I know, because usually you don't have airplanes flying around when it's like this. Commercial airplanes maybe, but not
Maybe.
small planes. Yeah, it just literally got silky smooth.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of, the analogy that I like to use is if you've ever seen like a really shallow stream rolling over like the river rocks in the bottom. If the water's really shallow, or if the water level's shallow, then you can see ripples from all the rocks, right?
Uh-huh.
But imagine now if the water is deeper, say 5 feet deep, and it's moving real slow. At the top, it's just super smooth. It's just like that with air. All right, go ahead and pull that yellow knob, Gil. There we release. Now he goes to the left and we go to the right. That just kind of makes sure that we're not going to conflict. And the air right now, we're not hardly even sinking. So because of the wind coming around the hill, there's a little bit of buoyancy in the air right here that we're just flying along, but really not coming down. And it's such a cool view.
Oh yeah.
So we'll do a little gentle flying here before we set up and do a couple maneuvers, okay?
Okay.
Isn't this pretty?
Oh yeah.
Look, and we're actually above those little clouds. Right down below us to our left. See a little tiny poof of a cloud there. And there will be another little poof of a one over to our right side.
Oh yeah.
See the runway we took off from? It's about at your 10 o'clock position. A little bit to your left, more, a little more left, right? That toward that direction. You can kind of see the strip out there. It might be blocked by the air vent. See it?
No, not
You
really.
see that thing? Looks kind of like a dam down there. It's like a disturbance with a little, looks like water in it.
Oh,
The airport's just beyond that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I see it now.
Okay, cool. So what we're doing is we're just kind of go over here a little ways, and we'll just do it right here. So I'm going to line up kind of with this road and those clouds, and the first maneuver will be a 0G. So what we're going to do is we're going to nose the airplane over. We're going to trade some of our potential energy for kinetic energy, and that'll give us energy to do kind of a gentle pull up and then nose over, and you'll feel weightless in your seat, okay? Ready? Here we go. You're going to hear the wind noise pick up a little bit as we gain speed. We're going to get about 80 knots on the airplane. And we're going to nose up. And then we're going to about 30 degrees, and then we're going to push over. What'd you think of that? You alright?
Yeah.
You want more, or you had enough?
More.
You want more, okay. Okay, so the next thing we'll do is kind of a gentle wing over. So we're going to nose the airplane down again. Gain a little speed. And this time we're going to pull up and we're going to turn at the same time, alright?
Okay.
So nose up, and we're banking. And notice now it's going to get real quiet at the top.
Oh God.
And then we're headed back the opposite direction. How's your stomach doing? Good?
Great.
Okay, we're going to do a steeper turn. Feel a little G for us. There we are. How about we do a stall?
Sure.
So, you know what a stall is?
Nope.
Okay, the airplane has to maintain a certain amount of speed, or the airflow over the top of the wing will turbulate. It doesn't separates from the wing, and when it does that, the wing can't produce enough lift to fly anymore, so the nose will drop. And that's okay. We just let it drop, and then in a second or two, it's gained the speed back, and we're flying again. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm just gonna get a little bit of speed. Here we are. Now I'm gonna pull the nose up. And I'm just going to hold it right here now. Just wait. I'm going to try to keep it there, keep it there, keep it there. And I'm trying, and it says, nope, I'm falling.
Oh shit.
And then I let it gain a little speed, and we're back flying again.
Okay.
That easy.
That was actually pretty easy.
Pretty easy, huh?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to... Actually, we're going to fly over here. And we're going to fly down the runway at about 1,000 feet at a little bit faster speed so that your mom can see us, everybody can see us.
Okay.
And then we'll peel off and set up to land, okay?
Okay.
All right. So I'm just going to truck along over here till we get about to the end of the runway on the far side. You see the runway down below us?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going sideways.
A little bit sideways. It's from the wind. You can kind of feel it drifting us a little bit.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm purposefully not lined up with the runway. I want to get a little distance between us and the runway. Look down below us. You can see the airplanes down there. See them?
Uh-huh.
Cool, huh?
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to go maybe another quarter mile, and then I'm going to turn and dive for a little energy to get a little more speed as we do our quote, our high-speed pass, okay?
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Now we're going to set up to land.
Okay.
Did awesome.
Thank you.
We're going to land on the little narrow black runway.
Okay.
And we're going to try to roll up right behind that other glider. How's that for a park job?
Perfect.
Good job, man. You did
Thank
awesome. Hope you got some good camera footage. Is that the last one for the 21? You know?
That's all for that one.
All for that one? Okay.
Yep. Alright, big man. Twist that. And then climb on out. Keep your nose down, make sure you don't fall.
Good job.